Alright, well, time to feed these portable PC fans. Yeah, handheld lovers, gotta feed them. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Good. Alright, what do we got here? What do we got? Let's see, what do we got here? Zotac showcased the Zone handheld with Ryzen AI 9 HX370 with Manjaro Linux. AI 9 HX370 with Manjaro Linux. Okay. Well, the question to that Manjaro Linux, what's going on with the orange pie? Yeah. Anyway, oh, by the way, let's get into this. It says here, Zotac Zone gets Manjaro Linux version. Zotac has confirmed it will showcase its Zone gaming handheld again, but with a small change to the software. So, it says here, Manjaro, AMD Ryzen 9 HX, AMD Radeon graphics. Says here, Zotac Zone with Ryzen AI 9 HX370 made a special appearance at CES 2025. Is one of the first Strix Points handheld. Unfortunately, Zotac has failed to launch this product for over 5 months, raising concern about its future. The company appears to be repeating the same mistakes as with the original Zone system, which, despite promising specification, launched late and carried a very high price. It looks like Zotac Zone 2 features the HX370 will follow a similar path. The system isn't yet available for sale, and nothing indicates it will be soon. Zotac has confirmed it will once again present a prototype at Computex 2025, not a final retail device. This version will differ slightly from the CES 2025 unit. No, not because of new hardware, but due to software changes. Zotac has announced that the Zone 2 will run Manjaro Linux, a version specifically optimized for gaming handheld. The company has not shown a new user interface or explained how it compares to the Windows 11 version. It says here, in addition, other terminal products such as the Zone handheld and Z-Box mini PC will also be featured alongside already announced Zone handhelds. There will be an advanced model equipped with the AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX370 APU running a new operating system based on Manjaro Linux. It says here, this announcement comes just after Valve just expanding its SteamOS support to new system. The first handheld to launch with SteamOS outside of the Steam Deck will be the Lenovo Legion Go S. For this, Valve is introducing a new certification program called SteamOS Compatible. It says SteamOS Compatible. Our testing indicate that the portal is compatible with device running SteamOS. Based on Steam Deck compatibility result, your experience in terms of performance and input may vary, depends on your hardware. And this is a successful SteamOS run. Successful runs on SteamOS. Anyway, it says here, the certification simply confirmed that a system can run SteamOS with guaranteeing its performance. With both announcements happening on the same day, it seems like Zotac may have been better off choosing SteamOS instead. And that is the end of that. Well, Zotac is at it again. Okay. And they're changing the OS to Manjaro Linux versus the Windows version. And they're trying to show it off at ComputeX 2025. CES 2025. Alright. Well, they got their work cut out for them, that's for sure. But like the article said, maybe they need to go with SteamOS. And they're showing off a prototype at the event too, not the actual finished product. So we'll see what they do from there. We got 13 comments. Marson said this: something I don't understand. If some companies can put an AMD APU like that AI9 HX370 based on 8090N GPU. What sense have Cell Future next gen handheld with AMD Z2E special for handheld APU based on the worst 8080M GPU? Even if it's 10% to 15% better, it's still advantage. Now ASUS, Lenovo, maybe MSI will start promo for the Ally 2, Legion Go 2, and Claw 2 with the Z2E APU, and it will be some meh vibes because there's more powerful chips. There can be implements on their devices, or that the Z2E APU will be some custom stuff with 8090M, so it's no drama, maybe. Anyway, who is this? And then Pages say this Z2E has 16 CUs, 8090M, not 12 CUs, 8080M. Then Marcin says, you're 100% sure that the Z2E have 8090M or not 8080M? Question mark. Then CRB said this, not only is it the same GPU, but you also don't waste a bunch of excess energy on 12 cores and 24 threads. The HX370 is really a good laptop GPU and a crappy handheld GPU. The Z2E Extreme cuts the fat out with only 8 cores, but keeps the GPU. And then who is this? Marcia said this, interesting. So what you think why they put the Zotac Zone 2, that a 370 chip, they already announced it will be OLED panel. So with that Z2E on board, it can be a great competition for the Lenovo Legion Go 2 or Ally 2. If ASUS also put OLED, why they put worst, in your opinion, an APU to their newer device? And then Jeffrey said this, yes, look at AMD presentation at which they announced its Z2E 16 GPU cores, its Radeon 8090M. Then Marcin said this, oh, in some previous articles I've read about 8080M, but if Z2E have 8090M, it's all good. Yeah, and then who was this? Regal said this, speaking of Manjaro Linux, what happened to Orange Pi Neo? Yeah, I'm asking the same question myself. I said that was meant to use it. News on it, no news on it since April last year. And then Aka said this, they are sorting out production. On this forum there's someone from the Orange Pi team that keeps track. Yeah. And then who was this? Regal said thanks. And then Andre said use a normal Linux distro instead of SteamOS is with proprietary anti-competitive closed source UI makes perfect sense. SteamOS is corporate ties to quasi-walled garden. 99% of users never switch to desktop mode, which is inconvenient. Making any portal competing digital store infeasible economically. It says here Windows is far more pro-free market system than SteamOS. Ironically, it doesn't launch you into an Xbox mode where you can only buy and play games via Microsoft unless you go through a tons of friction to escape that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the future handheld mode for Windows copy these dark patterns from SteamOS, just like Valve copied from Google/Android. This would be another irony. Consider that it was the main criticism of Valve against the threat of Windows Store introduced in Windows 8. He should have said how the tables have turned, but he says how the turntables. Anyway, who else is this? And then Cherry said this. What's new? What? The new SteamOS uses the Steam Deck isn't restrictive. People have been able to install alternative launchers like Epic, GOG, Fax, Lutris since day one. What is this about closed source UI? Question mark. And then who is this? Says here someone else. First one says here, first link from Google search SteamOS unlock file system command on Reddit. And then he has the command here. It says, and you can install everything you want. It says, because you got to create a password for the deck user's password, disable read-only mode, sudo SteamOS read-only mode disable, prepare system for pacman repos, sudo pacman key init, sudo pacman key populate arch Linux. And you can install anything you want. If you don't want to mess with it, you can simply install apps from Flatpak. Windows is far more pro-free market system than SteamOS. That is BS. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, yeah. But other than that, man, I was worried about Orange Pi too, because I was wondering what was going on with them too. You know, if they were supposed to be using Manjaro Linux, so now Zotac is doing the same. So with well, maybe it's a change in strategy. You know, maybe they realize, like, wait a minute, there's too many Windows handheld too many Windows. What I'm thinking is, like, Zotac probably looked at it like, wait a minute, there's so many Windows handheld on the market, and there's fewer Linux. There's only the Steam Deck, and then there's the Orange Pi. And of course there's, of course the Lenovo Legion Go S can use Steam OS. But it's like they're saying, like, okay, we need one more, and then I guess that's where they come in. So I think they got some things they got to sort out, you know. But they're trying to showcase it at CES or Computex 2025. So we'll see what the result of that is. But this is, at least this is some news, you know. In 2025, as far as handheld goes, we already know. We already know about a Z2E chip, but we don't know if we don't know if it's Microsoft using it or ASUS might be using it. You know, we don't. So we need some more clarity on that. But Zotac, you know, putting themselves in the news that they're changing OS. That might be a good move, you know, because you got other PC handhelds that uses Windows, you know. So yeah, and this is good news for the Steam OS too. So now Valve has another candidate that they can that they can add Steam OS to, you know. So yeah, so it would be what? It would be the Legion Go S, the Orange Pi that's supposed to be coming out. And now Zotac, you know. So yeah, good. We'll see what transpires with all this, though. But yeah, portable piece. But besides that, you know, there's the portable PC handhelds are doing good. You know, it's just some of these handheld makers got some hurdles they got to clear and, you know, bring their product to the light, you know. But yes, but this is good news for the Steam OS though, because, you know, Valve has 3 candidates that they can deal with now. The Orange Pi, when that come out, Zotac, and now the Legion Go S. Anyway, and this will like broaden the Linux community, as far as like choices in handhelds that uses Steam OS. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Dark Side. Go. Peace. Oh, gotta close it.